The way I see it, the Time War, just like any other war, can be broken down into 3 sections. The prelude to war, the war itself, and the aftermath. So let's start with the prelude. The first shots fired was when the Time Lords plotted to stop the Daleks' creation. The Daleks planned to retaliate by creating a duplicate of the 5th Doctor and sending him to assassinate the High Council of Time Lords, but they ultimately failed. Skaro was destroyed when the Hand of Omega detonated its sun, causing it to go supernova. However, during the Daleks' invasion of Earth in the 22nd century, they discovered records that showed Skaro's destruction, and they formed a plan to save their home planet. Going back in time, the Daleks terraformed another planet to resemble Skaro, switched its position with Skaro, making it seem like the real Skaro was destroyed. And so the Time War begins, and Davros is killed during the first year of conflict when his command ship flew into the jaws of the Nightmare Child. The 8th Doctor tried to save him, but failed. And despite losing their creator, the Daleks continue fighting. As the war continues, the 8th Doctor witnesses too many horrific events and decides enough is enough and once again runs away from Gallifrey in his TARDIS. This forces the Time Lords to find a replacement for the Doctor, so they resurrect the Master. Only things get too much for the Master and he also runs away. This leaves the Time Lords without a general to battle against the Daleks. Sometime later the 8th Doctor dies, but he's briefly revived and given a chance to remain living, but only if he rejoins the Time War. He accepts and regenerates into the 9th Doctor, and the Time War is taken to the next level. During the 9th Doctor's timeline, several species lose their homeworlds, such as the Gelth, the Nestene, and the Zygons. After seeing this, the Doctor realises that no one can win this war, so he comes up with a plan to end it. Meanwhile, the Daleks have managed to rip open a small part of the Sky Trench, allowing them to send through their soldiers one by one. With the war swinging in the Daleks' favour, they send out a recall message throughout all of time and space, telling every available Dalek to come to their location as they're needed to destroy the Doctor's home planet.
One minute they're the greatest threat in the universe, the next minute they vanished out of time and space.
They went off to fight a bigger war. The Time War.
But before an all-out invasion of Gallifrey happens, the 9th Doctor detonates the moment, commits mass genocide, and then regenerates into the 10th Doctor. Which brings us to the aftermath. And we all know what happens there. The Daleks haven't really been destroyed, the Doctor is full of remorse, and this is when the moment realises it shouldn't have allowed itself to be detonated. So back into the Time War we go, but this time the moment has the knowledge of what will happen and tries desperately to change the past, which leads to all the Doctors teaming up to save Gallifrey.